All right, so last month I went on a trip to Bali, Indonesia, and I decided to take the camera out and mount it to the scooter and get some footage, just driving around because it is wild driving around there. And so I'm gonna put it out there and just put some info on like how do you get your driver's license, how do you get a scooter over there, what are the driving laws, what do you do in case of a wreck and all that stuff. So we'll go over all that stuff. And please forgive the footage, it's a little shaky because there was no good place to mount this camera. And it's just, it's knocking up against the windscreen. And so it's stable, but there's like a knock and stuff. So it's just, it's not the best. So apologies for that. Okay, so how do you get your international driver's license or permit, whatever they call it? So I went to a website. It's International Drivers Association. I'll put a link in the description. And basically there you'll fill out all your information. You'll fill out and send in pictures of your license, your current license, wherever you are. You'll send in pictures of your U.S. passport or whatever passport you have. You'll send a selfie also, and you fill out all this information, credit card, all that stuff. And you decide whether you want a 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year license. And I chose to go with the 3 year, and this site, there's a lot of sites you can go to, but this is the one that works out for me. I think they're all affiliated with the UN. It's like kind of a UN thing. So there's like, a ridiculous amount of countries that you can go to and use this booklet they give you along with your driver's license of whatever, state or country you're from, and put those together, and then boom, you're able to drive. So I did 3 years, and you get the option of printing the booklet or just having it mailed into you. I did both. I wanted it printed and mailed to me. So, because my trip was like 2 weeks away, and I didn't want to have to wait on anything. So I printed it out, and they're pretty quick about it too. Once you send your information, it doesn't take them long before they approve it. And they'll approve it, and they'll give you email saying you're good to go, and they'll give you a link so you can download and print your booklet. And so I did that, and it cost me maybe like a little under $100, because I did the 3 year and I did the print and the download and such. So, and when I got back from Bali, I was only over there for like a week. The booklet was already in the mail, so I just picked it up. So everything worked out. But now, yeah, so on my next trip, I might be going to Honduras, and I'll be able to use the same thing. I'll be able to use that booklet along with my driver's license, and boom, I'll be able to drive in Honduras. So that's how that works. And that website has like all these frequently asked questions on there. You can browse through that. You can see all the countries. You can see everything you need to know. It's a really good website, and so that worked for me. Hopefully it works for you. All right, so how do you get a scooter, right? So there's places everywhere to rent a scooter, but the way I did it, I went to my hotel and I asked them, I said, hey, because they're going to be more knowledgeable about which the best places to go and such like that. So I went to my hotel and said, hey, I need a scooter. And what they did was they said, oh, no problem. And everybody's super nice in Indonesia. They're all wonderful. And so they're like, no problem. We'll get you a car to come pick you up and then take you to, to get a scooter, which worked out perfectly. And the guy came, he took me and, down the road or whatever, and to a place, and It was a nice place. He got a scooter, and I needed it for like 4 days. So the price, typically, what I found is the same. It was the same when I went to Nusa Penida. It was pretty much 200,000 a day. Everything you can barter everything, but whatever. It was like 200 a day, and so they charged me about 800. Then what was beautiful was they had, and I didn't know even to ask this, which is why it was great to have somebody else like the driver said, "Hey, do you need it picked up from the hotel?" And I was like, that would be awesome if they could just come pick it up from the hotel. It's less that I have to worry about. So they're like, absolutely, we can come pick it up from the hotel. What day? And so I said, what day? And they're like, okay, it's going to be like 100, like 100,000. I was like, all right, no problem. So ended up paying for it all, and they give you a helmet. All the scooters, they all have like a phone holder. From what I saw, like mine and all the rest of them there, and everywhere I went, I saw people, they had phone holders already on the scooter, so you don't have to worry about that. You just put your phone in, and it's universal, no problems. It didn't have much gas in it. I was like, how much gas is it? And so it was only like 1 bar. He's like, oh, it's enough to get you from here and there. But luckily, the wife came out and she put some more gas in it. It was like 3 bars, so that worked out for me. So I definitely went to a gas station, a fueling station, whatever you want to call it. It was an interesting experience, but you figure it out. So it's one line for scooters, one line for cars, and just be ready by the time you get to the pump. Take your cap off and all that stuff, so that you don't hold up the line or anything like that. So, but yeah. I suggest, because this is what messed me up. I did a lot of driving. I was putting in like maybe 5 hours a day. It's all around UBUD and then north of UBUD, just like random all over the place. And I should have gotten a face shield with the helmet. And so she asked me, do you want the helmet without a face shield or a helmet with a face shield? There's a lot of dirt and stuff that gets kicked up on the roads, and I had an allergic reaction that happened, and so depending on where you stay, depending on how much you're going to be spending on time on that scooter, maybe you want a face shield, and it'll keep some of that dirt out of your eyes, keep some of that dirt out of your lungs. I ended up using like also a mask, just on breathing in all that nastiness, pollen and all that stuff. So it's up to you. You might only be on a scooter for like, a little bit, but things are pretty spaced out. So if I were you, that's just my experience. I had a little allergic reaction to all the dirt and dust and pollen. And so at least wear sunglasses, right? That'll help out your eyes a little bit so they don't get all dried out and dirtied up. So, but yeah, I think that's it, so sometimes they'll be able to hook you up with a hotel pickup, which is wonderful. If you have any questions, you can always ask your hotel. They're all together. They all know each other because it's a big travel agency. They deal with tourism all the time. So just ask your hotel, hey, how can I get this? How can I get that? And they'll hook you up. All right. So driving laws. There are none, pretty much. I mean, you pretty much do whatever, so here's what I experienced. When you're closer, like down south, like near the airport, there's like, there's traffic lights, and it seems like a lot more, lawful, I guess, in a sense. There's like traffic laws, it seems like, there. But when you get like certain places, like even UBUD and like north and east and west, it's almost like a free-for-all. Like I may have seen like one traffic light, and you just kind of like weave in and out of traffic or whatever. You just kind of like doing everything, but basically it's just like stick to the left sometimes. You know, sometimes, and you know, obviously, if you're passing somebody, you know, just be safe. You know, I mean, that's you don't want to obviously you don't want to wreck, you know, or cause somebody to wreck. And I'm amazed that I really didn't see any wrecks. I was blown away because it's wild. It's absolutely wild. But you know, as far as like you know, traffic laws, um, there's no speed limit. You know, like you go as fast as that little scooter will take you. You know, but I mean, the roads, some of the roads are not that great, so just be careful because there's a lot of big potholes, and some of the roads are just dirt, and some of the roads are worse than dirt. You know, so there's that. As far as like when I got my scooter, the guy went over like a few things with me, and he's like, "Hey man, stay away from the police. You don't want to have any kind of interactions with the police." So he says, "Park in designated parking places," right? And there are some really big parking lots in Ubud, and maybe it's like 10,000 to park there. It's not much, you know. That's like less than $1, less than a US dollar. So it's best to do that rather than parking on the side of the road. He says because it's possible. I didn't even really see. Maybe I saw like a few cops, but it's possible for a cop to be like, "Hey, you can't park there," and then you have an interaction with a cop, and you just don't want that because it can end up draining your pockets. so yeah, just park in like designated areas that you know you don't have to worry about your vehicle, your scooter. Always wear your helmet. That's another interaction you don't want with the police. And drive on the left side of the road. I didn't see any. There were some street signs that told you what street you were on. You know, GPS is your friend, and you know I used Google Maps the entire time I was there. Google Maps was it. You know, like I went everywhere, and it was because I was able to go with Google Maps. So it never let me down. You're going to see people using their turn signal, but it's not that they're turning. It's just that they there's a stopped car in front of them, and so they'll put the right turn signal on, and that just means, hey, I'm gonna get over, but you know there's something in the way. It's like a hazard up here, and so I'm just gonna creep over to the right side, and then pass the hazard and turn my turn signal off. Horns are used all the time. Horns, it's just an alert. It's not you know anything other than just like, hey, I'm here, or hey, I'm passing, or there's a lot of blind corners where you're going to be turning left, and you might go heads up with a bus, or you might go heads up with a truck or something. When you make that left turn, you can't see, you know, so you hit your horn, you know, because, you know, hopefully people are listening and they'll hear you. So horns are used all the time. It's not an offensive thing. Just, you know, beep your horn and let people know, hey, I'm here, you know, I'm passing you, or hey, I'm about to make this turn. Hopefully nobody's on the other side, you know, going to go heads up with me. But yeah, honestly, it was crazy because I didn't see any road rage. You know, everybody was chill, even though there's all this stuff going on all the time. There's people being cut off all the time. There's people swerving through traffic all the time. And I did, you know, all of that. And I didn't see anyone get angry or mad. Even when I was in a car and somebody was driving, you know, I still didn't see anybody like get angry or upset. You know, they just, you know, just beautiful people that are just really chill, beautiful people. So as far as driving laws, sure, yeah, stick to the left, and you know, try and look around. Just keep your head on a swivel, you know, because people are probably about to pass you, or you're about to pass somebody else, or you know, just be conscious. If you do happen to get into an accident, if you hit somebody or somebody hits you or whatever, it's typically just handled right there on the spot. Luckily, I didn't have to worry about this. I didn't see it, or I didn't, you know, experience it. But typically, right there on the spot, you'll just pay out for, okay, this bumper costs X amount. Give me that amount for this bumper. Sort of this part, this mirror costs X amount. I need, and you just handle it. You don't call police, you don't call insurance and stuff like that. From what I understand, people want it as less interactions with police as possible. And it's just, it takes forever. What I was told, it takes forever for cops to get there. It takes forever for it all to get taken care of, and then the settlement, all that stuff takes too much time. So just handle it right there on the street. So have some money on you just in case, I guess. And yeah, that's probably about it with driving. The roads, they change. Sometimes it's a two-way street, sometimes it's a one-way. It's random. Everything's so random there. But if you have any anxiety about driving, I do not suggest driving in Indonesia. It is frightening. Sometimes I would go outside out of my hotel and I'd look at the bike and I'd be like, I don't know if I want to drive today. It's so, it brings a lot of stress, but if you just chill and take your time, it can be fun. It can be really fun. So there's that.